Imagine the United Kingdom as you have never seen it before. Picture the rolling green hills of the Yorkshire Dales, the ancient forests of Scotland, and the rugged coastlines of Cornwall, all untouched by modern construction. There are no sprawling cities with their towering skyscrapers, no motorways cutting through the landscape, and no brightly lit shop windows calling for your attention. This is a UK without houses, without shops, without the constant hum of technology. It is a land returned to its wild natural state, a place where human life is woven directly into the fabric of the environment, not separated from it by brick and concrete walls. It's a bold thought, a radical departure from the world we know. In this reimagined Britain, the rhythm of life is dictated not by clocks and calendars, but by the rising and setting of the sun, the turning of the seasons, and the ebb and flow of the tides. People live outdoors, their lives deeply connected to the earth beneath their feet and the sky above their heads. The air is clean, filled with the scent of pine trees, damp earth, and wildflowers. The only sounds are the rustling of leaves in the wind, the gentle flow of a river over stones, the chorus of birdsong at dawn, and the distant call of a wild animal. It is a world of profound peace and quiet, a stark contrast to the noise and rush of our contemporary existence. The concept challenges everything we take for granted. We think of a home as a permanent structure, a place of safety and comfort built to last for generations. But what if a home was something more fluid, more temporary? What if it was a shelter constructed from fallen branches and woven ferns, nestled in the heart of an ancient woodland? A place that provided warmth and protection for a season before its materials were returned to the earth. This is not a life of lack, but a life of deep connection, where everything you need is provided by the world around you, if you only know where and how to look. This vision isn't about stepping back into a primitive past. Instead, it is about exploring a different way of being. It's an invitation to consider what is truly essential for a happy and fulfilling life. Is it the accumulation of possessions, the convenience of technology, or the security of a mortgage? Or could it be something simpler? Perhaps true wealth lies in knowing how to read the landscape, in understanding the cycles of nature, and in fostering a strong, supportive community. This is a journey into a world where humanity and nature are not in conflict, but are partners in the beautiful, challenging dance of life. A day in this wild UK begins with the first light of dawn, painting the sky in soft shades of pink and orange. There is no jarring alarm clock, only the gentle sound of the natural world awakening. The first task of the day is not to check emails or scroll through social media, but to tend to the fire, ensuring the embers from the night before are coaxed back to life. This fire is the heart of the camp. It provides warmth against the morning chill, light in the darkness, and the means to cook the day's meals. It is a source of comfort and a central gathering point for the community, a living symbol of togetherness and survival. With the morning sun climbing higher, the search for food begins. This is not a quick trip to a supermarket with its endless aisles of packaged goods. Instead, it is a mindful exploration of the surrounding environment. People would learn to identify edible plants, foraging for wild garlic in the spring, juicy blackberries in the late summer, and nutritious nuts in the autumn. They would fish in the clear, fast-flowing rivers for trout and salmon, using skills passed down through generations. Hunting for deer or rabbit would be a communal effort, a respectful and necessary act to provide protein for the group, with every part of the animal being used. Shelter is not a pre-built house, but a creation of ingenuity and natural materials. In the forest, a sturdy lean-to can be constructed from fallen logs, insulated with moss, and waterproofed with layers of bark and leaves. In more open country, people might build roundhouses using the ancient techniques of wattle and daub, weaving flexible hazel branches together and plastering them with a mixture of clay, soil, and straw. These homes are not static. They are adaptable, designed to be cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Building and maintaining them is a shared responsibility, strengthening the bonds between people. As evening approaches, the community gathers back around the central fire. This is a time for sharing the day's bounty, for telling stories, and for passing on knowledge. Elders would teach the young how to track animals, how to predict the weather by observing the clouds, and which herbs can be used for healing. Without television or the internet, entertainment is found in music, in song, and in the simple pleasure of human connection. Life is lived in the present moment, a continuous cycle of effort, reward, and community, deeply intertwined with the natural world. The contrast between this natural existence and our modern city life could not be more dramatic. Today, many of us live in a world of profound disconnection. We are separated from our food sources, buying produce that has traveled thousands of miles, with little understanding of how it was grown. We live in insulated boxes, sealed off from the weather, experiencing the seasons through a window pane rather than on our skin. Our days are often spent indoors, sitting in front of screens, our bodies still and our minds overloaded with digital information. We have traded the fresh air of the wilderness for the conditioned air of offices and homes. In a modern town or city, convenience is king. Everything is available at the touch of a button. If we are hungry, we can order food to be delivered to our door. If we need something, we can buy it online and have it arrive the next day. While this offers a certain kind of freedom, it also creates a dependency on complex systems that we do not control or understand. We lose the satisfaction that comes from providing for ourselves, the deep sense of accomplishment that arises from building your own shelter or finding your own food. This reliance on external systems can leave us feeling powerless and disconnected from our own capabilities. The very definition of wealth is different in these two worlds. In modern society, wealth is often measured in monetary terms: the size of your bank account, the value of your property, the brand of your car. In a life lived in nature, wealth is measured in practical skills, in strong relationships, and in a deep understanding of the environment. A wealthy person is not someone with the most money, but someone who knows where to find clean water, how to build a warm shelter, and who has a community they can rely on. This is a more resilient and perhaps a more meaningful form of prosperity. Furthermore, our relationship with time itself is fundamentally altered. Modern life is governed by a relentless schedule. We rush from one appointment to the next, our days fragmented into hours and minutes, always feeling like there is not enough time. In the wild, time flows more naturally. There is a time for work and a time for rest, a time for solitude and a time for community. The pace is slower, more deliberate, allowing for moments of quiet reflection and a deeper appreciation for the world around us. It is a life lived in harmony with natural rhythms, not in a constant race against the clock. Living so close to nature would teach us invaluable lessons about resilience and health. The physical demands of foraging, hunting, and building would keep our bodies strong and active. We would be free from the sedentary lifestyles that contribute to so many modern health problems. Our diets, based on fresh, natural, and seasonal foods, would be inherently nutritious. Moreover, the mental health benefits would be immense. The constant exposure to green spaces, the peace of the wilderness, and the absence of digital noise would reduce stress and anxiety, fostering a sense of calm and well-being that is so often missing from our hectic lives. This way of life would also force us to rediscover the importance of community. In a world without shops or government services, survival would depend on cooperation. People would need to work together to share their skills, their resources, and their burdens. One person might be an expert hunter, another a skilled forager, and another a master shelter builder. By pooling their talents, the entire community would thrive. This interdependence would build powerful bonds of trust and mutual respect, creating a society where people genuinely care for one another because their well-being is intrinsically linked. We would learn that we are stronger together. Embracing this simpler existence would highlight the beauty of living with less. We would learn that happiness does not come from owning a multitude of things. Without the constant pressure of advertising telling us what we need to buy, we would be free to appreciate what we already have. The joy of a warm fire, a nourishing meal, a beautiful sunset, or a shared story would become the cornerstones of a contented life. We would realize that the most valuable things are not things at all, but experiences, relationships, and a profound connection to the natural world. This is the freedom that comes from wanting less. Ultimately, while a complete return to a world without houses or shops is not a realistic path for our society, the thought experiment offers a powerful reflection. It encourages us to question our modern values and to think about what we might have lost in our pursuit of progress. We can learn to bring elements of this simpler life into our own. We can spend more time outdoors, learn about the local plants and animals, support local food producers, and build stronger connections with our neighbors. The Wild UK teaches us that by simplifying our lives and reconnecting with nature and each other, we can find a richer, more sustainable and more deeply human way to live.